Hello YouTube, this is Gorn Fan 291, and this is the INORL Coke Vanilla Cup Series race number 30. Yes, 30. We're nearing the end. We're here at Kansas. Charles Jackson becomes another new pole sitter, qualifying himself for the Bud Shootout in Season 2. Alongside him is Austin Ogo. Gene Sanford, Brandon Patterson, row 2, Kyle Thomas and Tom Gerard, row 3, Danny Everett and Amy Shelley, row 4, and Jeff James Vito Corleone, row number 5. Points leader Tony Hurd starts 26th. Here's your command.
Drivers, start your engines!
And coming in, he's got a massive 123 point lead over Steve Pollard. I say that's massive because this isn't the new point system that is used currently. Crap, come on. Oh well, I'm not going to get anyone there. But the most points that anyone can gain while with everyone starting is 148. And Tony Hurd, let's see, he's starting there. Where's Steve Pollard starting? Steve is actually the only person that can leave here as the points leader. Steve's starting in front of him, 18th. But everyone's going to need Tony to have some sort of an issue here today to have really any shot at winning this title, because Tony has went off and ran away with it. Literally no wins for him, but there, coming into the chase, there was a win for the team, which gave him 10 bonus points. And he won the first 2 races of the chase. Okay. The Pontiac of Charles Jackson, though, leads the field to the green flag. We're underway at Kansas, as it's going to be Pontiac's 1-2 as they head off into turn number 1. Gene Sanford clears Austin Ogo, and Brandon Patterson's going to go underneath Austin as well. It's been a rough year for Charles Jackson. Recently has been able to come on and get some good runs. Comes into the race 36 in the points. But Gene Sanford wants 5 bonus points because she comes into this race 12th in the 13 drivers in the chase standings. Charles Jackson, though, is going to lead lap 1. Here comes Gene Sanford, though, underneath the Valvoline number 10. Nearly makes contact with the 10, but they clear. All well and good. And Gene's actually the only chaser right now in the top 5, although there is Jeff James in the Nilla Wafers car, his even race scheme there, running in 6th. And through 2 laps, Tony has fallen back to 35th. Let's see, where is the... And he's still falling back because he's still on the outside line. So this is good for those chasers because Tony's not having too good of luck here today. And Jean, she has collected 5 bonus points, trying to hold off Brendan Patterson, who's just looking to gain some momentum going into next year. Try and get some race wins maybe for this 43 Cheerios Dodge, as he will be moving over to Roush Fenway next year. Danny Everett also making a move to Roush next year, so he's trying to gain some momentum in that number 49 car. Danny didn't have a good start to the year, but here he is now up in the top 30 in points, which is impressive considering where that team started the year at. I mean, they were fighting for last place in points to begin, towards the midway point. But Brandon Patterson now leads, and he gets 5 bonus points. Here comes Danny Everett. Gene Sanford falling back now. She's at the back of this pack. Cal Thomas goes for 2nd. I believe we're under caution. No, but we did have a spin. Looks like maybe David Burden involved. He's way off the pace. As Tony started to make a move up towards the front. He's back in 40th. So now he should be able to start making his way up towards the front. like he's going to need some pit strategy, though. Maybe he's trying to save fuel back there. As Danny Everett tries to pull away from the pack. Top running chaser currently is Gene Sanford in 6th, and Jeff James, another chaser down there in 7th. Jeff, though, is top 5 in points, but is 200 points back of Tony Hurd coming into the race. Still in 40th for Tony. They have a Tolly up in the top 5. Nice. Focus in here on the top running chaser for right now. She is in a battle for 4th. And I say that because there is no battle for the lead right now. It's actually one of the better battles on the track. So straight line contest here at Kansas. Look through the field. Look for your chasers. Here's Austin Ogo, 9th in the chase standings, running 9th on track as well. Sky Commons made his way into chase. He's 11th in the standings, 11th in the race. Here's a battle for 13th between two non-chasers, James Shelley and Michael Hegdahl. Got some nice battles back here. Still looking for chasers, though. Steve Pollard running 21st, gaining points on Tony Hurd, who's moving his way up through the pack now. Amy Shelley, another chaser close behind. And Aaron Smith, who's 4th in the standings, currently running 26th on track. Jerry Shelley, another chaser. Kyle Austin, who's fallen off the face of the earth during the chase. Nothing but bad luck for one of the guys with 3 wins on the year. Now Tony Hurd's gotten shoved back up on the outside line. Going to lose a spot to Matt Dixon. So back up to the front here. Danny Everett. It's a 3-car breakaway up front. And Gene Sanford's going to need these 3 to start battling if she's going to get back up there. As she's in her own little zone there. Looks like maybe a good thing for her a little bit. Save some fuel here. Run her own pace. She can still see them, so that means she's going to get some help. But no one's been able to make a move on Danny Everett once he got into the front. Danny's still looking for that first career win, as is Kyle Thomas and Charles Jackson. In fact, actually, Kyle Thomas now to the race lead. Yes, all 3 of these guys looking for their first career win. If Jean can get up here, she's looking for career win number 2. Career win number 1 actually helped her get into the chase. The battle for second now between the Pontiac and the Dodge. As Gene Sanford tries to close in on these guys now. She is going to get to the back bumper of Danny Everett. So the top running chaser now is going to get up to about 3rd spot here. As Tony Hurd's still making moves up towards the front at 3 points of position back there. If Jean can go and get past Danny Everett, that's 5 extra points for her because she's running up in the top 6. Doesn't look like, well, not able to get the move made there. Kind of interested to see if these guys are going to have to make pit stops here if this race goes caution-free. Although they're starting to make some headway here towards catching up to the 18, I believe. A little bit. So Charles Jackson trying to close in on race leader Kyle Thomas, but he's going to have to fend off Danny Everett. Apparently these guys don't realize that if they want to catch Kyle, they're going to have to stay single file. Well, I'm not sure if Gene and Jeff are really willing to. Well, Jeff needs to get up there and lead a lap because he hasn't gotten the 5 extra points for that. Jean has. She's probably still not willing to run fourth though, trying to get this, trying to get up to the front to maybe win this title. Coming into the race 256 points back. Only 1 point ahead of Stephen Paul III, who is last in the chase standings. Although Jean's going to be able to make her way past the Valvoline Pontiac. And now it looks like have to fend off the number 15 Napa Auto Parts Nilla Wafers Chevrolet of Jeff James. And each time these guys battle, Kyle Thomas is able to get out there just a little bit more. I'm being honest, David Burns is the guy that cannot catch a break. Even when he's only had one good run so far in the chase, and even still he lost points. That picked him up to 6th. The good run at Talladega picked him up to 6th in the points. But he's still, he went into that race 205 points back, lost 10 points, so he comes into this race 215 back. Danny Everett trying to close in on the back bumper of that number 18 Interstate Battery Chevrolet. Gene Sanford kind of just sitting there waiting for these guys to get to battle a little bit. Jeff James now falling towards the back of this line. He'll be able to get in behind Vitaly Nikolaev, who's having a very good run here today. Much needed. That's a team that has struggled all season. Let's see. Looking down here, only 2 top 5s and 5 top 10s for that number 4 Kodak Pontiac. Although Kyle Thomas and Danny Everett haven't had much more luck than that either. Danny's got, well actually Danny's got 5 top 5s and 8 top 10s. Kyle's only got 2 top 5s and 4 top 10s. So Danny though, back right to the back bumper of that Interstate Battery Chevrolet. So how about this? Gibbs, JGR versus BAM Racing up here at the front. As we're already closing in on the end of this race, 5 to go at the stripe. I'm very interested in seeing what happened at the on the front straightaway. It looks like maybe the 1 car probably involved in that one, as he is. Oh, Jake Smith has damage as well. Tony Hurd not able to get much farther past 34, so definitely going to need pit strategy to help him out here today. And if they dump it, they may have to deal with the 1 car though. Danny made a peek to the inside of Kyle Thomas. Nothing happened in that time. Kyle's running a slightly higher line in turns 1 and 2 than Danny, though. Through 3 and 4, looks like Kyle's actually about the same line as Danny. Danny losing some ground there off of turn number 4. Maybe got a little bit aero tight behind. Look for where Tony is that time around. Looks like he's in his own little bubble there in 34th. This is the kind of run that people are going to need from him, because he's back there and he's going to lose some points here to some people. Not enough for Steve there to go ahead and capitalize, because he's running in the back, but it allows some drivers like a Gene Sanford or maybe even a Jeff James a little bit to go and get back into this thing a little. I mean, Gene's going to gain a good number of points, and Jeff just gained another 4 points right there by passing someone. Sky Commons now in the top 10. Some good stories up here in the top 10. You have Kyle Thomas and Danny Everett, 2 drivers who have struggled so far this year. Vitaly Nikolaev, another one that's struggled. So here we go, final lap. Charles Jackson, another one that's had issues as well. Final lap for Kyle Thomas. I don't think Danny's going to be close enough here to make a move. Through 3 and 4. And Kyle Thomas off of turn number 4. He is going to grab his first career win in the Coke Vanilla Cup Series. Danny Everett second. Gene Sanford, Charles Jackson the top 4. How about Brent Patterson top 5? Oh, David Byrne ended up a lap down, huh? Unfortunate for him. Another terrible run. Not sure if that will completely knock him out of chase hopes, but certainly won't help him. To finish out the top 10, you have Henry Sanford, Vitaly Nicolao, James Shelley, Jeff James, and Sky Commons. Charles Sanford, Amy Shelley, Austin Ogo, Toby Jason, Aaron Smith, Michael Hegdahl, Alan Derrickson, William Duncan, Nick Nauman, Stephen Lewis, the top 20. Rough run for Steve Pollard, but he will gain some points. Other chasers that... Well, John Wilson, not a good day. The most recent race winner was finishes 26th. Kyle Austin, another bad run, but will gain some points here, finishing 30th. Points leader Tony Hurd still should be your points leader, but not going to help him as he finishes in the back. Jerry Shelley in 36th. And Stephen Pollard III is going to lose even more ground, and he was the worst finishing. Well, actually not the worst, but he'll lose even more ground. He came into the race last in chase standings there. And David Byrne, another bad run. Not going to help him at all. So that was your race from Kansas. We'll see you guys next time from Lowe's Motor Speedway. I believe Daniel Day won the last time we were there. Can he repeat? We'll see. This has been a production of the INORL Racing Uncontained. Here come your point standings.
Hey guys, something different Kyle Thomas has decided to do. He's going to do some celebratory donuts here. Although it sounds like I muted the volume. Burn it down, Kyle! Burn it down!
That's what we've got, paper towel. And napkins.
So Kyle Thomas, first career win. He's going to decide to try and do some donuts here. First guy to do it in Coke Vanilla Cup Series. Doing a very good job of burning them down here today. Not going to need that rubber again. And we're hearing he actually blew the engine during the victory donuts here. So he's going to need a tow truck to get to victory lane. And that's been our race. How about that? Blows the engine during the victory donuts there. Oh well, Kyle Thomas wins the race, blows it up. See you guys next time at Lowe's Motor Speedway.